morning, guys. What's up? I woke up like this. My crazy hair. Okay, got 5 hours of sleep, ready to go the next day. Barely have enough clothes for this trip because I thought I was going one day to Argentina at the start of this. Let's take a look outside at beautiful Belgrade. I don't know, even if you can see, it's so bright. Wonderful. Okay, well today we're going to Hram Svetog Save. Then they have some, I don't know how they say, Cerkva Sveti Matvei or something. And then we're going to head in town to the Belgrade Patriarchate. We got to be back here to check out by noon. And then we're going to go hit up some of the military museums and palaces and see what we can see before 5. And then head to the airport. I need to check my time for that, but yeah. Follow me. Let's go. And we're off. Back again to the Hram Svetog Save. It's so interesting to see things in the daylight, having not seen them yesterday. That was the inside of it. That was crazy. So that was Hram Svetog Save. Got some icons here. Gonna get a Coca-Cola. Or not, I think it's closed, and then I'm going to head back. Okay, so that was that. Now to grab Pepsi, head back, drop this off, and go to the Church of St. Mark. Or maybe we'll go to the Church of St. Mark first and then change. We'll go to the downtown city and see the more government and military things. Very cool. I like it so far. Alright, got the Monster. Probably gonna go back to the hotel and drop this stuff off since we got enough time. And then we're gonna hit up the next church and probably go try to take a look at the presidential palaces and all this other stuff. Okay, I just pulled a Tahiti and got a late checkout, so that will help us a lot. And now we head into the city. Just gonna walk into the center of Stari Belgrade, or how you might call it. And yeah, up next will be St. Mark's Church, I think. I think we should be coming on the church pretty soon here. Just a part. But we'll see where it goes. Got a sign right here. Well, actually, I can see this. Wow. All right, there it is. I didn't see that. I was too busy talking. This is more in the traditional Serbian architecture, I think. So that was really interesting. So there's Emperor or Tsar Dusan, which is really cool, one of the most famous emperors of Serbia. But what was really interesting is that most Orthodox churches have like lots of icons on the walls, but in this case there wasn't that many. And I just looked it up online. It looks like that this was built during 1940, so there wasn't really a lot of, I'm sure, money or resources or funds to go to the church. And then after that, the communists took power under Tito, I believe. So that would probably explain that. But what a cool building! What a cool church! It used to be the biggest, I think, in Serbia until Hram Svetog Save overtook it. I believe here that this is the National Assembly of Serbia. The entry of Sergei Lavrov into diplomatic affairs. What I can generally gather from this, although it would help tonight in Serbia. So that's the National Assembly of Serbia, and over here I believe should be the presidential residence. I believe the President Alexander Vučić lives here. So we'll go see this and then continue our journey into central Belgrade. We can see a dog taking a bath. You can see part of the presidential palace right here. Very cool. So I'm sorry, now I guess the sign is saying that serves as a cabinet for Serbia. Scenes are just like Russia. So here we're in the main park. See the National Assembly over there. I believe this is the new palace. Beginning to reach the Belgrade Park. Zoo, Games, Pedagogy Museum. Yeah, it should be interesting. We're gonna go find the military museum among other things in this park. Yeah, so stay tuned. So we are now in the park of Stari Belgrade, which is got the Belgrade Fortress and the military museum. So we'll go see that after I get some refreshments, actually, because I'm kind of thirsty after walking through half the city. This is Coca-Cola. It's the spot. Alright, so got some sort of building over here. And after this, I think we're going to go to the Duhovny Institute or something like this, so like spiritual academy. Yeah, this one's quite old. Look at this. No symbols over it. As I'm walking to this other side of the park, see this here. It's a big Z, and it shows that, well, it's one of the many graffiti which is in support of Russia and the Ukraine conflict here in Serbia. I came to the Vazdushny. I think that would actually be Air Force. I am not, okay, so aviation academy, yeah. You know, not only is my Serbian not good, but I forget that my Russian is bad as well, so I gotta, it's Vazdushny means aviation, not dusha, which is soul in Russian. That would be, well, cool. So now we'll walk down towards the river. I forget what river this is. Love the electrichki here. Like, it's so cool. I don't know how it's called. It's Serbian. That will be my next task, to learn Serbian. But very cool country. Very cool place. So we'll go by the river, and then next to the fortress and to the military museum. The Serbian Patriarchate of the Orthodox Church, and maybe stop by the economic faculty. Let's go. Just walked through a kid's football game and trying to find my way. So we're in Belgrade Fortress Park. I think that's the Belgrade Fortress right there. And here, it's interesting. So down there you have the Danube River, and here you have the Sava River. So that's the convergence of two of the major rivers here. And so now we'll be walking towards the Belgrade fortress. It's starting to get low on battery, and it's like getting close to noon. And I need to get to the airport probably about 5-ish. And it's probably about a 30-minute walk back to the hotel. And in addition to that, there's the aviation museum at the airport that I want to go to, which closes at 4. So I might need a taxi both ways, because I don't think I can leave my luggage at the aviation museum, assuming that it's open. So that will be interesting. Or perhaps I can pay the museum to hold it. I don't know. Should be interesting. Take a look at the Sava River. And over here, I'm gonna flip the camera, you can see the Belgrade. This is weird because we're downtown Belgrade, really on the banks of the river. And this is the kind of paths that lead to, this is Novacia Tower, it says. This is kind of crazy. You see that soccer game I was talking about? I guess this is the way that you access the tower. Here. Well, this is kind of a problem. Might have to go down there. Oh, that might be the path. Because I don't think I can get across this. Huh. Yeah. That's probably what I need to do. Hiking in Belgrade. Here's the Belgrade fortress, which I am visiting just by walking across the street from that rock part over there. Gotta love it. It's like completely classic, but yeah, I mean, in some ways the city is like really cool. The people are really nice. I didn't show you, but I met and had a few drinks with some really cool Serbian college kids and some kids out of college. Really awesome, actually, just to talk about things. The people here are really hospitable, like more so than any of the other countries that I've been to. But yeah, some of these things are pretty funny without paths or stuff like this, but still cool. And now begins the hike up to the castle. Alright, so this is pretty steep, but you can see here Novi Belgrade and the Danube and the Sava. Oh. Alright, more stairs. I don't even know if this is an entrance yet. Alright, here we are. Size of the gateways, I guess. Wow. This is the size of a room. Oh, that's some kind of rodent. Huh. I don't know what that used to be. Oh, maybe here's another room up here. There's all sorts of stuff. No, doesn't look like anything. Yeah, not really keen on being in the high grass here. the sign here that says walking in this area risks your life. T-34. Very cool. Now this. Is this Katyusha rockets? Yes, it is. Katyusha rocket system. How cool is that? Well, that was really interesting. Vojni Muzej, War Museum in Belgrade. I didn't want to take too much pictures inside there because I wasn't sure kind of what the policy was there. But as you can see, we're in the rest of the Belgrade fortress, and now we're going to walk through that and head down to the Serbian Patriarchate of the Orthodox Church. Now, the problem is that I am running out of battery pretty quickly here. So I need to figure out a solution for that. Head back to the hotel, and I was looking on the map. It looks like the House of Flowers where Tito's buried. It's one of the places we can go, and there's some other stuff in Novi Belgrade that I want to see as well. Serbian Patriarchate Orthodox Church. It's open because I think there's some wedding going on here. Try to see from the other side. More of what I believe is Serbian Patriarchate. Alright, well, the TLDR version, I went inside and I talked to a gentleman at the door, and looks like the museum is open only on Wednesday or something. Thank God I speak a little bit of Russian. Alright, we'll try on this next street, but it's not looking good here either. And here's some pretty streets too. No battery packs, so we're gonna have to try another mall. Otherwise, we're gonna get some trouble. Alright, so we just did a Chavapi kebab, and now back at the Metropole. And I'm going to go charge my phone. And then we'll get a taxi. I don't know if we're gonna have time to go see the House of Flowers. I also don't know if the Aviation Museum is open. So we'll have to check on that. But of course, this will begin the journey to a location which I have not said later tonight, which I will have 7 hours in. A country which I don't speak the language, don't know what currency it is, don't know really anything about its history pre-1940, so it should be interesting. So we are now somewhere where I wasn't originally intending on being. Well, actually I wanted to, but we weren't gonna have time today. I wanted to go to the aerodrome like museum, aviation museum, and took a taxi there, got there, and it was closed like permanently. So that kind of sucks. And now behind me is the embassy of Iran, I think. And I am now at the House of Flowers. That behind me is Marshal Tito's mausoleum, and over there is the Museum of Yugoslavia. Now, I don't think I have a taxi. It does look like it's gonna rain. I need to be back at the hotel well before 5 to get my stuff ready and out of the room. So yeah, that's gonna be a little bit of a challenge. I do figure out that I need another camera though, because between the people I was talking to last night and the taxi driver, there's some interesting stories, but the problem is the telephone. That makes it really hard to, you know, capture unsuspectingly. So yeah, we'll try going in here. So, you know, as I'm getting better at this process, it just starts to occur to me several things, as in the last few minutes of rain that it's been pouring down. I have not filmed, but hopefully my hair can prove that. So yeah, it just got it pouring rain on me. Walking through Belgrade, about to go through the like hospital university area. Go back to the hotel. Looks like we'll have enough time, but I don't know if I want to like change my clothes and then have wet clothes in my bag, which is already packed full. Like, so continuing the walk down, it's a steep hill. It's a slippery, steep hill, you can see here. And more importantly, in the background, see the Hram Svetog Save right there. Hopefully that worked, because I need to get a camera for actually doing this. But yeah, well, at least theoretically there's more stuff here to see than I did with my like Tahiti vlog. I don't know. We will see. Rush hour in Belgrade.